Hello lovelies, it's Lesley. Not quite enough space in the fire for the piece of wood I've just put on it. To explain, this where I'm recording is our dining room. It's directly below where I normally record up in my office. We don't really eat in here that often, considering it is the dining room. It's not the warmest of rooms. It has wooden floors, it's not carpeted, and it's above a cellar. So it is the colder of the rooms in the house. That may be one of the reasons why we don't eat in here very often. Also, himself likes to eat his dinner from a tray watching the television, and every now and again I insist that we don't, but usually we do. So it's just, you know, that's just how we live. But today I need to do some stuff in here using the table, and so I've lit a fire. And after taking this little bit of footage, I put a very large log or piece of wood on the fire and nearly caused an accident. But it's fine, I've stabilised it all. Now, I was sharing my advents yesterday, and as we know, I'm a bit daft, you know. Because I had a message from Megan after she'd watched yesterday's vlog. I'm saying yesterday because it's the second as I'm recording this. Obviously you're going to see it Friday, so last Friday's vlog. And Megan said, did you not open the little stockings? I didn't know what she was talking about. When I opened the box of goodies, this is the view that I saw with the calendar on top. And I thought, oh, lovely. I didn't delve. I had no reason to delve, I thought. But there is a layer beneath those wrapped gifts that you can see containing stockings. And these stockings contain yarn. So Megan, thank you so much. I really feel as if everything I've sent you now is not a fair swap. I feel you've got the rough end of this deal, and I'm sorry. But I'm very grateful. Now, Megan dyes yarn. She's a very crafty, in the best sense of that word, person. And she dyes yarn under the name of Auntie Nana NZ. So as well as goodies, I have yarn to open. I don't know what to say, but thank you. I mean, goodness me. So I immediately had a look for stocking number 1 for yesterday, which I duly found. And this is sock weight superwash merino wool, 10 grams. And look at the colours on this. Those blues are just beautiful. So my goodness, I really don't know what to say, just amazing. So thank you, Megan, that is beautiful. So on to today's advent from Megan. So goodies to eat first, before goodies to knit with. Now Megan is known as a careful wrapper. Her parcels don't come undone. So let's have a looky here. And given they've come from Megan, who is Auntie Nana NZ, these are Perky Nana. So they are banana flavoured chew bar covered in delicious milk chocolate. I have 2 of these, thank you so much, that's really kind, thank you. Yum yum. And I have another little stocking. So this is sock weight superwash merino, again 10 grams. Let's have a look. Oh, that's off. Oh, that's pretty. So beautiful sort of, there's bits of blue in amongst the green. This is very pretty. Oh, lovely. And of course I now have the joy of working out what to do with these yarns as well, which is very exciting. And I am thinking possibly although realistically it probably won't start until after Christmas. Colour work. Haven't done colour work for a while. I'm blaming Carol of Swatch This Space, who next year will be doing a colour work make-along. And I'm thinking these against a plain background. Maybe a white or maybe a black, I don't know. Against a plain background, I haven't decided what colour yet, will be a bit gorgeous. So, my goodness. I have an abundance of kindness, so thank you very much. Thank you, Megan. Very exciting. Oh, goodness. So now on to my yarn advent from Barb as well. I'm dithering because stupidly I put my project right the other side of everything. So you will notice a quite quick whoo because you don't want me leaning into you, trust me. So yesterday I had the biscuit yarns from Barb and I have put in the first stripe. So here we go. It has striped rather beautifully with this black and red. So that is all done. Now, as you can see, I'm putting in a sort of cream colour between each colour block. This is because I have no idea what's coming out of the bags. So I wanted to have just a line between each colour, just in case they're colours that need a break between them. The yarn I'm using for that is one of many options. I have in my stash about 4 or 5 balls or part balls of cream coloured 4-ply weight yarn, and I've no idea what it is. I know that it's likely to be Signet 4-ply, but it could also be the last bit of Knitting Goddess that I didn't finish using. It could be something else. I mean, I don't know how I've lost the labels on these, but I have. So it's some random 4-ply, pretty sure it's 100% wool of some description, but beyond that, anyone's guess. So I thought it would be a good thing to use in here because I'm only using a bit for 2 rows. My only real criterion, and you can see we're on the wrong side there, is what I didn't want is the kind of pearl bumps showing through between colours. So that's going to be my right side. So I've just got a clean line, almost like a pinstripe, between each colour. And that's what I'll be using some of that cream / white / undyed / I've no idea what. 4-ply. 4. But onto today's colour. Now this, by having even numbers of rows to give me kind of clear ridges, does mean I have a little bit left over from yesterday. Nothing is ever wasted, as we know, and I'm going to rush and join into a magic ball, which I'll then put into probably a sweater held with a plain colour, or applied with a plain colour to give a kind of mild effect. So that's the plan. So what do we add to our red and black from yesterday? We have Knit Picks Hawthorn, which is an 80/20 Highland wool polyamide in the open mic colourway. And this, oh, this will give a nice contrast. So we can see cream with predominantly greens and sort of chartreusey, yellowy greens, but speckles of orange. Oh, this is going to be fun to knit with. This is going to be fun to knit with. Thank you again, Barb. Absolute star. So that's very exciting again. Just a little sort of add-on to yesterday's knitting. And I'm going to have to watch these, otherwise I'm going to have weekly vlogs longer than monthly podcasts. But anyway, himself says that I can sleep. I can knit while I sleep. Last night, sitting in my armchair, I kind of proved that, but what I proved was that I can't knit well while I sleep, because I was falling asleep, so nodding over my knitting, carrying on, but nodding and beginning to snore, and I also make this slightly embarrassing noise as I fall asleep, which if you're in mixed company sounds very odd. And working on my first row this morning, because I thought, no, I'm going to have to go to bed last night, and so I'd had a couple of rows left to do. Picking up the knitting this morning, there were some interesting techniques in there. There was one section, it's the section in the middle, which is about 40 odd stitches, and there were double yarn overs, there were slipped stitches, there was one where I'd knitted two together. There was one that I dropped. Oh my goodness me. Luckily, I could read my knitting, I could see what was going on, took it very slowly and kind of got through that section, but oh my goodness. So, don't drive drunk, don't knit sleeping. The quality will go down. See you tomorrow. Hello lovelies, it's Sunday 3rd of December. Bit warmer here, it was very, very cold yesterday. Today warmer but greyer and wetter. It's kind of the way the weather goes. There we go. Had to do some alterations for a dressing gown for my dad, so I was doing that yesterday. And then knitting. And I've done it again. I've left what I want behind the camera. Excuse me while I lean in. Ooh. Oh, there we go. So I have put in the next colour, which is that Knit Picks yarn from yesterday. And again, it's striping rather wonderfully. So it's got those greens and yellows on a white background with the odd speckle of orange and navy, and very pretty. So thank you, Barb. And on to today's opening of things. Do you know what, this feels so self-indulgent, but I'm really not complaining. So, day 3 from Megan. Back in the day, the TV ad went, it's moment like... You start that again. Back in the day, the TV ad went, it's moments like this, you need minties. And these are minties, which I'm guessing are chewy mints. So thank you, Megan. Lovely. And yarn too. So this is sock weight super wash merino wool, 10 grams per mini skein. Let's see what colour we have today. Ooh, we've got a lovely bright green. Very nice, thank you. Oh, do you know what? This is such good fun. I should have done this years ago. And I know I'm very behind the curve on this, which is my normal place to be. But a lot of fun. So, day 3 from Barb. And this is Knit Picks Hawthorn again, so the same yarn base as yesterday, 80/20 wool nylon, in the pumpkin colourway. Ooh, so lovely autumnal colours there. Very nice. Yes, this is turning into a very interesting garment. I'm just really enjoying this whole process. So, who knows, maybe I'll be offering myself up for an advent swap with yarn next year. No promises being made at this point. and it depends how bright you want to go, bearing in mind what I normally knit with. So today I have a Zoom call with some friends a little bit later, so looking forward to seeing them. Normally a lot of laughter, most of it formed by very distasteful activities and thoughts. That's okay, that's what we do. And the rest of the day I've got lots of kind of chores today, nice chores, you know, Christmas related things, wrapping up some things, writing some stuff, getting a little bit organised, seeing where I am on my to-do list, that kind of thing. So hopefully a productive day, starting with this into here. So thank you again, Megan. Thank you again, Barb. You're stars, the pair of you. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. It's Monday the 4th. I've tried to raise the camera up a bit to give a slightly more flattering angle. I mean, there's only so much you can do, but I tried. Good morning, I hope everyone's okay. Had a very productive day yesterday. If I could just get himself to go to football every Sunday and leave me alone all day, it'd be great. That sounded really dodgy. You know what I mean. I hope. Yes, so it was a very productive day, moving on very swiftly, because I had a lovely Zoom call with my friends. So hello ladies, great time with them. And during that conversation I did the next stripe on the recalibrate. So that was done during that chat. And I did lots of postage things, Christmas preparation things. I even had time to make myself a hat, and it's cold again so I might just put it on. I'm doing a drumming event on Saturday. It's for the children of the local fishermen. It's their Christmas party and they've asked for just a couple of drummers, and I made a hat. Whirly whirly machine job, obviously, but I'm pleased with it. So, got a bit of sparkle in here, got a little bit of sparkle in there, but less, so you don't know, and a drum instead of a pom-pom, so there we go. And because I had time on my hands, I dug out the advent that I'd started to put together for myself and made a few paper chain links. So these are crocheted. I do 28 foundation trebles, UK terminology, so that's doubles in US terminology. And after the 28, I just do another row of 28 trebles. I work the piece flat and then use the ends to sew it into loops. I am going to attach this to last year's paper chain when I find it. I'm not sure where it's gone. I put it somewhere safe. You know how that works. So I was doing that with the oddments. Now some of these are actually from this sweater. This is the Love Note. And earlier this year I undid the sleeves and made them more tapered. They were quite a baggy sleeve, which I tend not to like. So some of these blues are from this sweater. And I will carry on as and when I get time. Now, at the moment, I've had plenty of time. I've caught up with all my advents. Yes, it is the 4th of December. We're only talking about 3 days as I say this. Things may change depending on work pressures and what I have to do. So we'll see how we go on that. But if I have time to do stuff, I will. I hope to have time to finish the advent part of the knitting, the yarn from Barb every day. But if I don't, that's just life, and I will try and catch up at a later date. So hopefully you'll have a finished stripe each day, but if you don't, it's okay. So opening advents, which is my latest favourite thing to do. First of all, from Megan, and I keep forgetting to tell you what I've given Megan. I'll be putting pictures in here so you'll have seen the last couple of days. Although I think there are a couple I didn't take pictures of. Oh, it all got very disorganised towards the end, but that's okay. So, confectionery from Megan. And we have more sweeties. And these also look like chewy sweets. These are called milkshakes by Pascal. So they look like chewy sweets. Probably taste a bit like milk bottles in the UK, which are chewy sweets that are a sort of milk vanilla-y sort of flavour. Looking forward to trying those. Thank you, Megan. And yarn from Megan, and I'm drawing the conclusion that when I'm drumming on the Saturday, this little drum here is probably going to get on my nerves a lot. But we'll see. So this is superwash merino wool, 10 grams, day 4. And what colour do we have today? Oh, that's pretty. So lovely autumnal oranges. The light's not the best in here today. It's quite a grey day, unfortunately. But lovely oranges. It's showing up, the contrast in the colours is showing up more strongly a word? On the camera. I don't know if it will on the on your computer screen. But lovely oranges, corally, no, not coral, kind of oranges into rust terracotta type of colours. So really pretty. Thank you, Megan. And we have Barb. And what I've been doing, I was saying yesterday that because I'm doing even numbered stripes, I have little bits left over. So I am putting a magic ball together and Russian joining them to put with other things. So today's yarn is from Hedgehog Fibres, 90% merino, 10% nylon in the Juniper colourway. So what do we have here? Oh, that's pretty. So you can see grey with lots of speckles here in all sorts of colours. I can see dark reds, I can see orange, I can see blue. That sounded like the Mika song. I can do 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 do. Sorry. So very, very pretty. Thank you, Barb. And I shall crack on with the knitting. Have a good day, everyone. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. It's the 5th, it's Tuesday. And I figured it's time for my annual It's Okay Not to Be Okay lecture. Sorry the light's scary, it's later in the day today. I took a ceremony this morning, very difficult situation, felt desperately sad for the family. Even I had a tear. And I say even I because I try not to during ceremonies. But, you know, sometimes we're all human. And it just occurred to me that we're getting towards Christmas, the time when, according to everything you see around you on any kind of media, it's all happy families and everyone's having a lovely time and there's an abundance of everything. And that's just not the case. There are people who are missing those they would like to be with and can't be with. There are those stuck with people they'd rather not be with. There are people with financial concerns, people with health concerns. There are so many reasons why it's not that picture perfect festive scene, and it doesn't really matter what the reasons are, what your situation is. Basically it's okay not to feel okay, and if it's something just to be endured rather than enjoyed, hopefully you can get through that day fairly quickly and that you're able to find things in the run-up to, I'm saying Christmas because culturally that's the holiday I celebrate, but I know that there are lots of different holidays at the moment, and people are some people have, you know, deep religious beliefs and this is very important to them from a spiritual point of view. Other people it is that cultural connection. Other folks have got other holidays going on. So I hope that you can find times around this period of the year when you can have fun. And that can be a walk on a sunny day. It can be having a cup of tea or coffee with a friend. It doesn't have to be the big main day event, but just a little something that you can enjoy, especially if you're not looking forward to the big day itself. So just wanted to send you all love, all hope, all good wishes for health and prosperity and finding peace. And if that's not possible for you this year, then I just hope that the day goes quickly for you, and then you can move on to the next day and the next day, and hopefully things will start to improve. Sorry, that's a bit of a buzzkill. I'm just very conscious that this time of year puts a huge amount of pressure on people. And the last thing anyone wants to do is kind of take away other people's delight. If someone's having a great time, fantastic. Delighted to hear that. No one wants to be a buzzkill, but I think it's important to acknowledge that not everyone's having fun. And some people need a bit of help and support, or even a bit of space. You know, some people just need a bit of time to deal with whatever they're dealing with. And we all deal with things in different ways, and I am full. So I decided that after the ceremony this morning, which I knew was going to be a difficult one, the circumstances were such that it was particularly tragic, and I said to himself, oh, I'll go and get groceries afterwards. Just thought I need something really normal to do. Not sure that was a good idea. I grabbed something to eat on the way, so I made sure I wasn't hungry, because that's always going to make things expensive. But I was going around the supermarket thinking, oh, life's short. We should just enjoy ourselves while we can. So I came home and I said to himself, going to the supermarket after this ceremony was not a good idea, but we do have some lovely food now for Christmas. So I haven't gone completely over the top, but we have some very nice chocolate biscuits lined up. Moving on, stop being silly, Lesley. Right, day 5 of Advent. So, starting off with Megan's. So the sweet treat. Day 5. What have we got here? What have we got here? Oh, these look very interesting. Oh. Now these are coins. These are sugar coins. Well, they look very interesting. Lovely. Yes, they look sort of possibly sherbety. I'll find out when I eat one. But they look very nice. Fruity. Marvellous. Thank you. And there's a note attached to today's yarn, and it says that yak. So it's 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon in today's yarn. And let's see what colour we have. Oh, that's a lovely rich. Now it's coming up brighter on camera. It's a sort of deeper brown. This is coming up quite kind of sepia-y. Do I mean sepia? I'm not sure I do, but it's more of a kind of rust and very pretty. It's kind of richer in colour than it's showing here. So that's very pretty. Very lovely. So thank you, Megan. Thank you very much. Very exciting. And today's yarn from Barb. Now I said yesterday that I was getting towards a time when I possibly wouldn't be keeping on top of the knitting, and proved myself right like a good one. I think I did about 2 or 3 rows yesterday. Had drum practice last night, so that was my evening gone. So I am behind on the knitting, but I mean, I always say it's not a race. I guess with Advent it is, or at least it's a kind of keeping up race. But if I don't keep up, it's okay. I have all these lovely things to do, so they will be done. Hopefully I'll keep pretty much to schedule, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't. So our next yarn is Loops and Threads, 70% acrylic, 23% rayon from bamboo, and 7% polyester in the Walk Like a Man colourway. Oh, that's very pretty. So we've got a similar colour to the yak yarn here. So variegated, we've got a sort of brown rusty colour, but then blues and greys with whites. So that should stripe in a very interesting fashion in the Recalibrate. Why can I never remember that name? So thank you, Barb, that's lovely. Thank you, Megan, and thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. It's Wednesday the 6th, and I'm realising that this vlog is turning out to be the longest vlog ever. So I'm going to chat while opening. So thank you to Megan for the 6th. And what I'm going to chat about is to say thank you to everyone who has already taken part in the December mail. So this is on Ravelry. There's a thread on Ravelry for whatever crafting you're doing. Just a few minutes each day, hopefully for everyone. Hopefully more, but at least a few minutes each day. And whatever your crafting is, it can be making gifts, it can be something for yourself, it can be advents. Thank you to everyone who's taking part. Some great conversations going on, so really appreciate it. And today's sweet treats are chocolate fish, chocolate covered marshmallow fish. Oh, yum. I feel I need to open this to show you the chocolate covered marshmallow fish. I'm not necessarily going to eat it because I'm out for lunch with a friend today and I don't want to spoil my appetite, but I am going to open it. I'll have it later. And oh, it's a little bit, I mean, it's travelled halfway across the world, so it may be a little bit squashed, but oh my goodness, chocolate fish. Thank you, Megan, that is wonderful. And it does interest me. This is made by Cadbury. Cadbury was originally a UK company, and I found this when travelling in Australia and New Zealand many, many years ago, that there are lots of varieties available that we don't get here. And I'm curious. Advertising and marketing always fascinates me, probably because I've never worked in it. And I'm curious as to what makes things successful in different places, what makes the market follow certain directions. So very interesting. Thank you, Megan. And today's yarn is 10 grams of sock weight superwash merino wool in a fabulous bright green with speckles. It's showing up lighter. The light's coming in on this side and it's kind of highlighting the lighter bits, but that shows up the variegation beautifully. And there are speckles and other colours too, so thank you. Not speckles, but there are other bits of colour too, so thank you, Megan. That is fabulous. Lovely. Oh gosh, I'm going to be so disappointed when Christmas comes, which says an awful lot about my character. So today from Barb, we have Knit Picks Hawthorn 8020 in the Hayden colourway. Just had a quick peek glance of this. Oh no, that's a lovely red. It's showing very bright. Let me try and get some shade in here. It's more of a sort of burgundy. I can't get the light to show it properly, unfortunately. No, it's coming up too bright. It is a much richer, deeper red than it's showing here, and is a glorious colour. So thank you, Barb, and thank you, Megan, and thank you for watching. Like I say, I'll try and keep this bit brief. I'll be back tomorrow, so I'm going out for lunch with a friend today, and then tonight, knit night, which I think we're doing virtually, if we've got folks around. I mean, this time of year you often have people busy with other commitments, so if that's the case, that's the case. I'll be knitting, whether I do it with the company of my knit night friends or whether I do it whilst watching podcasts because himself is watching a football match. Time will out. Take care, everyone. Thank you and see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, lovelies. It's Thursday morning. That was the chair. That was the chair as well. I'm not sitting here flatulent, I promise. Sorry. Tone lowered. My work here is done. Hello. I had a lovely lunch yesterday with my friend. We were out for about 4 hours. No, well, I was out for about 4 hours because I went and picked her up. And so it was a long lunch. Plenty of tea drinking and chatting. So it was really nice to catch up. And I haven't seen her for a few months, so it was good to catch up. I'm going to talk while opening again. So thank you, Megan, for today's goodies and yarn. And whilst I talk, I'm going to say that this Saturday, which is the 9th of December, it's the Flame and Fibre Zoom call. So that is all on Ravelry. If you go onto the Flame and Fibre group, there's a stickied post at the top where Barbara has the details of how to log in. It's 1 o'clock, I think, Eastern time, but do check on the post. Sorry, I've been distracted by chocolate, can you tell? And be lovely to see you there. All are welcome. And it's a nice crowd, lots of laughter usually, and chatting and all good fun. So that will be nice. So today's sweets. Now we know I love Norro. But this is Norro by Cadbury. And what does it say that Norro is? Packed full of caramel and nougat, then coated in Cadbury milk chocolate. That sounds good. 3 of those, thank you, Megan. Oh, goodness me. And today's yarn from Megan is Sockweight Superwash Merino Wool. So let me just have a look at this. Oh no, that's nice. It's kind of, now it's showing really red on the screen, but it's actually much more subtle. It's sort of purples and dark greens. I think that's just the strange light in here. Yeah, the top is kind of showing closer to the true colour on that one, but that's lovely. Very subtle, very nice. So thank you, Megan. And from Barb, Diamond Luxury Footloose 7525 Merino Polyamide in colourway number 8. Let's open this. Oh, tearing the tape. Oh dear. I did catch up a little. I'm still kind of 2 days behind with the knitting because of other commitments I've had. Oh, now this is very pretty. So we can see there lots of lovely pinks and blues and purples and all sorts against a white background. So thank you, Barb, that is very, very pretty. That will be going into my sweater, probably not today. I'm off to see my dad today. I'm going to take my camera with me. It's a journey that those who've been watching a while will have seen before, because I have recorded it before, but I'll try and take a bit of footage of anything interesting, and I will put footage at the end of the podcast after the dog, so that if you are sensitive to movement, I don't know if I'm going to have any flashing lights or anything like that. If you have problems watching those things on screen after the dog, you know to avoid the rest of the podcast, the vlog. So thank you, everyone. Again, I'm trying to keep these short, and I don't want to be ungracious or ungrateful to my lovely benefactors, because I am very grateful for these and they are beautiful. Thank you both for this. All is wonderful. But I will see you tomorrow. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. It's Friday the 8th. Hope everyone's well. Went to see Dad yesterday. He's doing pretty well. Seemed quite chipper. that was good. And yeah, I've got a little bit of footage of my journey. No twinkling lights, that'll be next week, because tonight I'm out for dinner, and the place we're going to, people who saw Vlogmas last year, will possibly remember this pub that we stopped in for a drink before we went to the restaurant. And it takes them 3 weeks to put up their Christmas decorations because they have so many. Well, last year we couldn't get a table in that pub, which is why we ate at a restaurant across the road. This year, one of my colleagues managed to get in early, and so we have a table there this evening. So we're actually eating at the pub tonight, so that will be good. And I will get some footage of the twinkly lights and the decorations. And my father was looking at photographs yesterday from their website and was saying it's completely over the top. Yes, it is, but that's their gimmick and that's what they do, so that's fine. That will be on next week's vlog, because that will be after this week's goes up. So there we go. I realised I haven't been showing you the progress on the recalibrate. I am still a little behind schedule. I am currently working on the yarn from 2 days ago, but this is how the striping is looking so far. So looking pretty fabulous, and I've just started this red on the needle, which you can't see because it's a dark cable, but this is the red that I opened on Wednesday. So plodding on steadily. Hopefully we'll catch up over the weekend, but it really depends on what else needs to be done because it's a busy time of year. But let's open today's advent, starting with our sweet treats from Megan. And we have got, oh, more Morrow. I was calling it Norro yesterday. Obviously, I'm obsessed. But now this, yesterday's Morrow was like a Mars bar. And Megan's put a note in. This is the fancy version of Morrow, pronounced Moro, like Moorish, I suppose. And this is the Moro Gold. Smooth chocolate and biscuit centre, rolled in caramel and coated in Cadbury milk chocolate. That sounds to me like a Boost in the UK. See, I now wish I'd sent Megan all of these comparable things. Next year, Megan, if you're up for this again, I'll rethink what I've sent you. I'll send you stuff that's more interesting, but more familiar, if that makes sense. So thank you very much for these. And today's yarn is Sockweight Superwash Merino. So let's have a look at today's colour. And that's pretty. I don't know how this is going to show. That's not too bad. I mean, it's clashing against my sweater beautifully. So it's coming up a little bit brighter, as all the colours seem to do in this room. It's a richer colour than this. It's rusts and orange and terracotta and just really beautiful colours. So thank you, Megan. Absolutely lovely. Oh, gosh. This Advent business is great. So today's yarn from Barb, thank you Barb, is Knit Picks Static, is that Static? Apologies, I can't see quite what that is. But it's a 75-25 wool polyamide in the Beanstalk colourway. Oh, look at those colours. So we've got lime green, we've got turquoise, we've got a paler blue. Oh, this is fun. This is very much fun. So thank you very much, Barb. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, everyone. So following on from this clip will be the dog. Then there'll be the footage from my journey yesterday, providing it's all worked out, okay? Okay, so if you are sensitive to motion on screen, please finish after the dog. But thank you for being here. This is very long. I'm going to try and keep it a bit shorter next week, but we know that's not likely, don't we? So completely understand if folks don't watch this, don't watch all of it. Absolutely get it. But for those of you who are still here, thank you. Much appreciated. And I'll see you next week. Take care and have a good one. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.